Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming for this course, which is the course of observation and opportunity discovery methodology. We are focusing today on the role of observations in inspiration economy journey. So, in this journey, of course, we have to build up empathy and self-efficiency. And this means that we need to think about the boundary of the project involvement. This means that we need to think about also how we can influence without power, because this is where inspiration economy is effective. So the currency of inspiration is not depending on the power, but depending on how we can exploit the resources and bring solutions. And here we need, of course, to build up what we call the confidence in our abilities, a belief in overcoming obstacles, and turning these obstacles into opportunities. Therefore, one of the things that will help us to build up this empathy also, we will see that achievement will bring more achievements. Once we see that, we are going to see that, for example, once we optimize return on accessibility, and once we start to maintain the expertise through mentorship and being socially centered also, and once we optimize problem solving, and once we optimize the engagement of the people concerned or the stakeholders, and once we optimize the capacity, we are going to create better agility, better communities, better volunteers, better exploration of issues, and we can test the practices, and we can even customize these practices. This will help us to, again, build an attitude that is fits the new normal, the new changes that we're going to bring, whether it will raise our ability to react, our ability to realize, our ability to resolve, our ability to shape, our ability to be resilient towards any challenges or conflict in the community. And this will actually will make our attitude more proactive, where our preparedness will be better. We can pull together instead of use push thinking. We can use the pull thinking to bring better problem solving and create publications. So the role of actually for the attitudes is that we should actually think about how we solve a problem and use techniques similar that we did to the COVID. For example, before the COVID, we started before the COVID, we were, let's say, living in equilibrium. But once the COVID came, it started to create for us problems and a type of, again, challenges that we need. It made us want to adapt to these challenges. So we start to discover the opportunities within these challenges and develop the opportunities within these challenges. And this helps us to think about how we flatten the curve and improve the curve over time, so that the opportunities will come from move from here to this here, and then we move to another stage and so on. And this is what makes again us putting a standard that the new normals start from here, not from what it used to be. This is again part of the observation techniques, because through observation we can create again better intentions, better exploration, better curiosity, better well-being, better persistence, better perseverance, and better passion. These are the common threads for creating actually legacy projects. The more we create this intention, exploration, curiosity, well-being, persistence, perseverance, and passion, the more we create actually lively communities, development initiatives, discovering opportunities, and reviewing the socio-economic issues. And this will lead to different generation engagement, where we visualize the legacy that we are targeting. Therefore, we see that observation, it's all about self-actualization and self-differentiation, and it is actually about balancing between confidence and humility. The more we manage our ignorance, the more we will know that we don't know a lot of things. The more we become again knowledgeable and we create a new learning, we should balance that we now we can know at least the one of the right ways to do an inspiration or create a model project. Therefore, we believe that the process of observation can affect how we learn, it can affect how we see opportunities, it can build for us scientific mind, it will enhance our problem solving, it will enhance our network building, it will create a behavioral change. It might bring even a prioritization mindset, where we can prioritize based on, for example, 80-20. What are the 20 effective things that is going to affect the rest of the 80, let's say, problems or challenges? And therefore, even observation can help us in creating a better tree for cause and effect, or setting goals, or even, let's say, using the meta tools, the AI, in a better way to bring better solutions. So through observation, we can manage even stress adaptation cycle. One of the challenges of bringing better solutions is that people get stressed and then they leave the tackling the problem. While if we train ourselves, is that we overcome fatigue and we can absorb the fatigue, and we can absorb actually the recovery stages, we can really bring better solutions through observation. The role of the observation is to bring breakthroughs, and these breakthroughs cannot come without focused observation, which means focused exploration, which means it needs to be again focused on a human-based issues, like similar to the socio-economic challenges, which means that we need to work on discovering the non-financial wealth within us and then within our community. So we focus on the socio-economic issue, the economic, the scientific, and the development. And then we start to sustain the socio-economic development and growth. And then we start to create breakthroughs through, again, socio-economic, scientific, and development techniques. So the breakthroughs can become relevant to the exploration and the socio-economic areas, in the economic areas, and the scientific areas, and in the development areas. And this would lead to, again, observing, preparing, and paying attention to better uncertain things, that is, we are, help us to focus on the uncertainty so that we can transform events to numerical values, and will help us to measure the likelihood that an event can occur. Through observation, we can really manage the risk and mitigate the risk in a better way. Through observation also, we can be statistically independent, because similar to the COVID, we can build up the proper knowledge, the synthesis, and the analysis that will make us really manage the occurrence of the events. Through observations also, we can really manage to understand how many people need to be assisted, how many people they require to be of priority, and so on, based on what is the emergency among them. So this is what we practiced during COVID pandemic spillovers, where the attention spans increases and become more capable for constantly bombarded information and events. So this is where we manage actually through, let's say, modifying our observation in a proper way. Once we observe, actually, we intensify the emotions. So we choose to observe and select surprises, which will help us to focus on socioeconomic issues and based on priority. And once we observe, we can embrace surprises, and train our brain to be having higher readiness, which means our brain to manage uncertainty, to manage ambiguity, and to manage change. I think we'll stop here and continue with you in the next class. Thank you very much.